Probably time to go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome back to the program. It's episode 24. We got a lot going on this week. Of course, there's lots going on. There's lots going on every week. Holy crap! The news off the rails at this point. We got a story about a New York attorney cussed off police because why wouldn't you? If you work for the law, why wouldn't you disrespect the law? Really? We got rhetoric about the paid agitators going on. We got some more Summer of Love pre-building going on. A story about possibly Pallett's documents being sent to the Mar-a-Lago. It's a big possibly, allegedly. I don't know. I'm not a news source. I'm a drunk magician who's trying to become the dank magician. Just doing my thing. We got a story from Daily Wire about someone who was blackpilled after making political propaganda. Fortunately, 4 officers lost their lives this past week. How trying to have children is added into the long list of things that are far right. And of course, the U.S., kind of saying, hey, we're invading Gaza. Like, we don't want to say it out loud, but we're going to spend like $350 million building a pier off of it so that we can invade it. Saying the quiet part, but not saying it at all. Anyways, that and more tonight, as well as maybe some intoxicated shenanigans, as well as who knows, maybe we'll play a little bit of music. And welcome to TDAU Live.
Yeah, back, baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk. Now he's here doing the drunk and underwhelming live show.
This is a weird show.
Drunk and underwhelming live show. Drunk and underwhelming live show. Drunk and underwhelming live show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome to TDAU Live. It's episode 24. It's complicated. I'm about to talk about my affair. Of course, when I refer to my affair, I don't mean an actual affair. I mean my affair with beer that we talked about last episode. Which is why I will not be drinking beer, of course. I'll be drinking out of my Don't Tread on Me Yukon Outfitters cup that I got at Buc-ee's like 2 years ago. It's been 2 years ago since I've been to Freedom Land. Freedom Land, I mean Florida. I don't know, that's really Freedom Land. That's probably a little north of there, actually. Tennessee, South Carolina. I don't know. There's more than one. But it's not like socialist land like it is up here in the Northeast. Anyways, welcome back. It's TDAU Live. We're on episode 24. We got a lot to get into tonight, but to start off the show, if you are an authority, why would you ever respect authority? Which is where our first story takes us. Yeah, that's right. NYDA cursed at officers and refused to comply during traffic stop. Police body cam video shows. Yeah, that's right. The DA, the district attorney, the person responsible for charging people that arrested by the cops for doing wrongdoing, in fact, did not comply. He, quote, "I've been humbled by my own stupidity, and I am fully to blame. I will make this right. I ask for your forgiveness." Monroe County DA Sandra Dorley said in an apology video. That's right. New York, Vermont's neighbor to the west. And I did pull this up with audio so that we could see exactly how this went.
on video berating a police officer who tried to pull her over for speeding. Sandra
Oh yeah, here we go. We got the live, the feed, my friend.
Dorley drove home instead of stopping. The officer's body camera captured the entire encounter.
Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a
I'm
traffic.
not
This is a
here.
legal traffic stop, ma'am. Do not go inside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just acting like she, wishes her constituents did. And by that I mean the most likely way to get in a confrontation with the cops as opposed to dealing with her.
Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you.
You say you're a DA?
I am the DA. You know what I've been dealing with all day?
I am the DA.
3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
Well, yeah, but you could have murdered 3 more people on the way home, miss, because if not, then why are you enforcing the traffic laws if you don't believe in the traffic laws?
Okay, lots to unpack there. The DA released an apology video today, and she says she was having a bad day, and she personally apologized to that officer.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that that's a great defense for a lot of people. You're gonna have to work on something better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we should probably we should probably treat somebody who is the the DA in her county, maybe to a bit higher standard than I don't know, anybody else who's been having a bad day. Just saying, I don't know, don't look at me. I am just a dank magician. Marcy, what's up? She said, hey buddy. The cute little picture of Dobby. It's nice to see as always. Who are you talking to? Myself, generally. I that's generally how I monologue. So I have a conversation with myself about the topic. But I am speaking on the fact that this DA in New York just was an asshat at a traffic stop, which is interesting. There's just interesting stories. I'm not pointing.
NBC News reporter Maya Eglin joins us now with more. Maya, what else are we hearing from the DA in that apology video?
Morgan and Vicky, the DA says she is taking accountability for the way she acted and that her behavior was wrong and unprofessional.
Yeah. Wow. She made an apology. That's fantastic. Let's see what the apology sounded like.
I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I watched a video where an innocent cab driver was executed, and I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon.
Excuses. Oh, the Christine Elm story. Yeah, I think I actually have that one pulled up. Yeah, I do have that one pulled up.
But we all had bad days and stress, and it was wrong for me to take it out on an officer who was simply doing his job.
Dorley did apologize.
Wow, what a stunning apology. F her, all excuses. On the flip side, I feel like that's how life works on a farm. But I don't know. As a guy who's watched animals be put down for food, I have a hard time being I don't know. No, I do agree there's a moral issue there. On the flip side, I feel like that one's being blown out of proportion. Okay, I guess we'll get right into the next one. That one. This was a touching story. I suppose some of the protesters that were at the campuses. Does this one have audio? Should I have shared it with audio? No, there's no audio. She still does that. I can treat a person like shit. Yeah, but that's every politician. You're not gonna. You don't plan on doing better than that. Is all I'm saying. And thank you for being our Marcy. I'm not trying to downplay that. Yes, no, I hate the idea of, people who are acceptable with puppy murder. But on the flip side, it's like there's a point where, I mean, all politicians act like they can treat people like shit. Let's be fair. New York police officers have taken down the Palestine flag, restoring the American flag at City College, New York, after it was raided tonight. Yeah, this was this morning at 1:13 a.m. That I'm talking about the D. Oh yeah. No, I agree. That has that attitude like, oh yeah, like if you as a normal person were to do the same shit that I did, I would have no problem throwing the book right at you and treating you like a like just garbage, and basically being like your life is worth nothing because you risked all these lives driving 20 miles an hour faster because you were stressed out about your job. And yeah, that if I were in that situation, I'd ask her straight out, who the fuck you think you are? Fair enough. Amen. This one, yeah. New York police officers taking down the Palestine flag, restoring the American flag at the City College, New York, after it was raided tonight. Watch the New York police officers take down and remove the Palestine flag, which was raised by pro-Palestine protesters. Other activists said the Palestinian flag had been raised a few days prior, but after the NYPD arrived fully equipped in riot gear, clashed with hundreds of protesters, and threw items at the police. They've now restored the American flag, which was draped in blood at City College, New York, after the raid, thereby restoring order on campus, culminating raising Old Glory once again. And yeah, just kind of a heart-touching video where these guys just proud of what they're doing. And to be clear, just to make my be sure I'm very clear on my sentiment about my opinion on Team Palestine versus Team Israel. I'm very much on Team Bacon. By that I mean I don't care about either of these groups. I just wish my money weren't funding either of them, even though it's funding both of them. But yeah, here's the cops re-putting up Old Glory. Apparently, I've been down for a couple days. But yeah, just one of those things where I'm like, and which I've heard some crazy. I had a fellow, someone that I work with in my Muggle job recently, who basically stated that they didn't want an American flag hung in their apartment. I'm on team work your own shit out and learn to share. That's fair. Yeah, I'm on Team Bacon. That's I can strongly say that. I first off am Hickory. I like smokes, and I'm on Team Bacon. Yep. Yeah, work your own shit out. I will agree with that, Marcy, is that I'm very much of that opinion. Is like, why do we need to pretend to be, it's been the same war with them for centuries. Yeah, which is why we shouldn't be involved in it, but it seems to be like we're involved in funding both sides. And I guess I'll actually run that one next. Yeah. This is basically, I saw this from the Military Times the other day. BBC finally published it, but amen. I 100% agree with that. We should not be sending hundreds of billions of dollars to countries across the globe, when we should totally be using that money to like help people here, like mainly veterans, the homeless. Maybe not allowing just anybody to run over the southern border, but who am I? I mean, it was the biggest deal in the world when someone wanted to build a $5 billion wall on the southern border, and now it's like no big deal to send hundreds of billions across the planet. I mean, maybe I'm an idiot and I just don't understand. But yeah, from BBC, images show U.S. military building floating pier. for Gaza aid. I'm surprised that the BBC didn't put that in parentheses like I did. U.S. military has published photos showing a floating pier built in the Mediterranean Sea to help increase humanitarian aid deliveries to Gaza. As well as like armed by American soldiers, secured by Israeli soldiers. And basically, if our dudes get shot at, they'll be allowed to return fire, as brought up in Congress by Matt Gaetz, I believe, was the one who like firmly questioned the. It's interesting how the people we're not supposed to like are the ones asking the questions that the establishment doesn't like. Interesting. But yeah, it's interesting that basically we're just gonna build a big old dock right off the side of their country, right? Like this isn't like an actual, like we're in such a point that we can just pretend like, it's not war to just build a dock off a foreign country. Like if we had imagine if we like, hey, Russia, we're just gonna build a dock there. It's no big deal. We're gonna arm the dock with American soldiers. Just don't mind. But if you shoot at the soldiers on the dock, we're gonna take it as aggression towards America, even though we're building a dock on your border. So we can import things. And I can't imagine this doesn't go to a spot where we just start importing Palestinians wholesale. Because that seems to be what the current regime is about, is just importing people who can't contribute and who need a social welfare net. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Logistic vessels and personnel can be seen assembling the pier from steel segments next to a U.S. Navy ship, costing about $320 million. The pier and a causeway attached to the shore should be operational in a week. The goal is to deliver aid equivalent to as many as 2 million meals a day to Gaza to help avert famine there. The UN-backed assessment said last month that 1.1 million people were facing catastrophic hunger, and that famine was imminent in the northern Gaza by May. Right now, you're seeing construction of that floating temporary pier, and then you'll start to see construction of the causeway. U.S. Defense Department spokeswoman Sabrina Sine told reporters in Washington on Monday. Eventually, the causeway will be pushed in the coastline and secured by the IDF. The pier will be ready a week from now, U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken said on Tuesday. The UN said a maritime corridor can never be a substitute for delivery by land, and land routes are the only way to bring in the bulk of supplies needed. You know what? Just just send it. It's American money. We don't care anymore. Let's do it. Thought I'd drop in and share and learn, but I have to go look at houses later, my dude. Very good luck, Marcy. I hope you have a good time. I hope you find the house that you're looking for, if you're going to look at them anyways. And thank you very much. It was good to see you here. I hope you have a great night. Yeah, just an incredible, like, yeah, tell me this isn't, tell me you're invading without telling me you're invading, I suppose. Yeah, cargo ship will just be able to pull up there, and then all the ships over the floating dock, and then aid put on transfer vessels, and then they carry them over to the floating pier. Yeah, just very, I don't know. Tell me you're not invading. Well, telling me you're not invading. Okay. That one. Yeah. Oh, a big shout out to everyone who's joined, subscribers on the channel. I do appreciate it. That's been awesome. I do appreciate that a whole lot. Okay, I want to share that one so I can dip for just a second. I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna play music video for Christmas Baby. No. All these companies, I don't give a shit. Just trying to make a quick buck. But I figured I'd take time to say something I wouldn't normally say.
Well, I've been thinking about Christmas, baby. Thought it was bullshit, but I've changed me, babe. I just wanna say here on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to you and Santa, baby. Jingle bells turns to commercial shit just like Taco Bell. The kids say the Batman spells, but we all know the fat man sells. I've been doing my best to be nice, keep myself up in hell. It's not that I'm scared of going, I'm afraid I'll do too well. Terrified that's where I'll be when I finally find myself. And that's why I'm talking to you, cause I don't know who else to tell. And I'm turning around real good, and I'm trying to do real well. But sometimes when I watch Shameless, man, it feels like I watch myself. But then I fell in love, now here we are. I'm writing a Christmas song in the snow outside of the car. And I don't know about us, and I don't know who we are, but I know I want you around, and you did not go too far. And I don't know what to say, babe, it's too much to go through. What you gotta do with bad news, take a breathe, look, it'll affect you. And all I wanted to say is Merry fucking Christmas, baby. Guess all I really wanted to say is I've been thinking about you lately. Well, I've been thinking about Christmas, baby. Thought it was bullshit, but I've changed me, babe. I just wanna say here on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to you and Santa, baby. Been dreaming about no flights, fantasizing about a silent night for all the bullshit to drown out when the fat man finally takes legs. The fat lady will sing, but you know it's likely she just might get winded, not finished, and I just want it to be over tonight. Wrap some gifts and stuck them under a tree that make Charlie Brown sad. My gifts will be the ones wrapped with duct tape in a trash bag. I think that's what I deserve when I think about what I could have had if I'd focused, paid attention, showed emotion more than when I just got mad. Then I fell in love, and I knew who we were. We were wassail on the weekends, getting whiskey slurred. And now it seems so long ago as the smell of the bourbon of her. How did I fuck this up so bad, Santa, can I be heard? And I don't know what to say, babe, it's too much to go through. You get screwed, you can barely choose, pay your dues just for shit news. And I just wanted to say, fucking miss Christmas, baby. I guess I've been thinking about the old me a little too much lately. I've been thinking.
Okay, anyways, I'm back. B. Hendricks is here. Said, dude, I just got recommended one of your videos because of Hunter. Oh, because Hunter got high? Is that a... That's awesome. Fat Man Sells the Truth. Thank you for commenting about Christmas, baby. Yeah, it's an MC Molasses track that we worked on. But we, I mean, you know, me. But in case, babe, I mean, we. Because Molasses and Hickory totally aren't the same guy. It's a dark web conspiracy, my friends. That's not true. Anyways, we got lots more. Oh, there we go. We got lots more stories to get into. This one, rather unfortunate. That is sad whenever it happens. Somebody loses their life at work, like the worst possible place you could be when you die. Most people are like, oh, don't you want to die at the day, like in the worst possible place? Then they're just like, man, I wish I could die right now. I'm like, no. I'd rather like in a room full of playmates and with a pound of cocaine on the table. 4 law officers serving a warrant are killed. 4 wounded at North Carolina home, police say. Yeah, that's some craziness. Charlotte, North Carolina, from the AP. 4 law officers serving a warrant for felon warrant for possession of a firearm were killed, and 4 officers were wounded in a shootout Monday at North Carolina home, police said. Some of the officers who rushed to the Charlotte neighborhood to rescue the first wave of downed officers were wounded as a second shooter began firing on them after they killed the wanted man. Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Chief Johnny Jennings. Johnny Jennings. That's a strong name. It sounds like a rapper name. Today we lost some heroes who were out there simply trying to keep our community safe, Jennings said at a news conference. Sorry if that rumbled. I moved my mic. After a 3-hour standoff, the suburban Charlotte home was torn up open. Armored vehicles smashed into, ripping off windows and entire doorways that were left broken. Several armored vehicles were parked across yards, some with tree branches dangling off them. U.S. Marshals Task Force was fired on by the wanted suspect as they approached the house. The man that was killed in the front yard, Jennings said. His name was not released, but the chief said He was wanted as a felon illegally possessing a weapon. Oh yes, this is oh man, Nick said, just got home from the park. I picked a bunch of blue spruce berries for manly health. Very well done, sir. I don't think we have blue spruce up here. Makes me wonder. I gotta look into it. We do know we got a lot of hickory. That's going up in the Northeast. But yeah, the amount of people I've seen who are like indifferent to this kind of shit are the same people that are like, oh, we don't like the police unless they're going after the people we don't like. That's really like the people who talk negatively about this are basically the same people who are like, every cop is bad. All cops are bad people. You know, until it's the FBI to roll up and arrest somebody they don't like. A marshal service confirmed one of its agents was killed. 2 officers from the State Department of Adult Correction were also killed. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. The governor was in Charlotte and was speaking to the families of the officers killed and hurt. The names have not been released. Charlotte Mecklenburg police officer Joshua Iyer did die, or died a few hours later at the hospital, Jennings said. Iyer was named the officer of the month for the 4th of April a few weeks ago. He certainly gave his life and dedicated his life to protecting our citizens. One other member of the task force, which made up federal agents and other officers from across the region, was injured. 3 other Charlotte Mecklenburg police officers who responded to the scene were shot while trying to rescue the wounded officers. Neighbors said gunfire lasted for several minutes. Sounds like a full-on shootout, my friends. Warrant for possession of a firearm proceeded extreme caution. Yeah, but what I guess I was pointing out, welcome Skidmore. It's good to see you, sir. I guess what I was pointing out is the irony of the people that are the same people that are all F12 and I hate the cops. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not a back the blue guy by any means. If the police went away, like I got me. The wife and I got ourselves. We're not really worried about that because, I mean, we live in a place like we live in Vermont. For those of you who don't know, Vermont's like this little place in the Northeast that pretends it votes like it's a big city. Like we vote like we're Boston or New York, but we're like 600,000 in population, and it's tiny. And to be honest, like the police here, like there's some places like in the cities, in the really rich towns, like Woodstock last year, there was like a big shootout style incident from some crazy guy who, I don't know, didn't like his mom's boyfriend or something. And there's like stuff going on in Burlington and Rutland. And but those of us who live in the country, like the police are just like there to like come put toe tax on people. Like it's like 45 minutes to an hour to get a cop out to my place. Like, and that's like assuming shots fired. Like, which we experienced last summer, right? Like one of the neighbors, like I was mowing. I was out just chilling, listening to MC Molasses, mowing the lawn, making sure shit looked tight and proper. And all of a sudden, I hear like some pops going off, and I'm like, huh, it could be firecrackers. And then a second later, I'm like, no, that's definitely like a 22 or whatever. It's like pop, 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 pop. Okay, whatever, not a big deal, dude. Like I shoot in my yard, like my crossbow's louder than that shit. And all of a sudden, I hear from across the way, the other side of the river, somebody starts yelling, and then somebody starts yelling back. I'm like, okay, whatever. These dudes will resolve it. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna continue mowing here. And so I mow, chill out, take a shower. I'm like out grilling dinner. This is like an hour and a half later. All of a sudden, a state cop pulls into my driveway. And he walks across the lawn, which is like, I'm grateful it was like 2 weeks later because I was I joked with the wife afterwards, like, if he had showed up a week earlier, I would have had to yell at him. I've been like, dude, stay off my lawn, like, use the walkway. I had just overseeded like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm glad I didn't have to yell at the cop about that. He just shows up and he's like, hey, did you hear anything? And I was like, yeah, like I was mowing, I heard some pops over here, and then I heard some people yelling over here. And he's like, you weren't yelling or shooting? And I was like, no, dude, I was mowing the lawn. He smelled the food. Possibly. I can't remember. I wish I could remember what I was grilling that night. It was probably something decent. I don't feel like we ever grill anything that isn't great. Beatrick said you got to pick them up before they open up and dump pollen into the air. They're juicy right now and peak of ripeness. In a week or so, they'll be dry and dusty. Talking about the spruce berries. Yeah, I don't know if we have spruce berries up here. I'll have to look into it. We have a lot of ramps and fiddleheads. That's a thing that's part of our local fauna that people gather. He may have smelled the food. But yeah, he came by and asked a couple questions, and I was like out there drinking a beer, grilling on the deck, and I forgot what I was wearing. I was probably just shorts and a tank or something, because it was like midsummer, and I'm like, no, dude, I didn't really think about either. I didn't really care. Like, it's a thing that happened. And to be honest, I wouldn't have called the cops if my neighbors were shooting guns, because I don't really care, because I do the same shit. So sure, you got a thin blue line there. This one? Yeah, that's for Mr. Potato Head. Especially that one back there. He's the original. He's kind of hidden right now, because people were complaining about me having a hung like an elk Mr. Potato Head out in the open. So I kind of stuck him behind Rockstar Potato Head. Yeah, I guess I got a little collection. I also can't really see. Back there is a Ninja Turtles Power Rangers crossover Green Ranger Shredder. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm a dork, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie at all, my friends. Okay. Got blue line. No. No, I've never been a fan, dude. Like, even in the day where they were like, we all gotta support our police. I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm not a huge fan of cops. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have wands. Like, I could defend myself. I've got the Potter wand and the Nature wand and the Pew Pew wand is up there. That one shoots that one shoots fire. Yeah, the OG isn't up there actually. It's in the magic case over there, because I broke it out for my birthday shows. And that was over a month ago. I probably should have put that back by now, but bad magician. But things keep popping up. I got some sweet hockey masks there. There's actually 2 there. I got to work on those soon. Gonna be sanding down and painting those up. I got a vision. Anyway, speaking of cop stories, this one from Twitter. 4 ski-mask teens killed after stealing a car and getting into a high-speed chase. Law enforcement who hit their car wrapping it around a pole. According to police, the car got up to 111 miles per hour. Holy shit. The car was so mangled that it took first responders a whopping 60 minutes to get the teens out. 2 teens died at the scene, and the other 2 died in the hospital. They were 14 to 16 years old and went to a local high school in Gainesville, Florida. One of the boys' brothers was shot and killed in a separate incident last month. That's sad for the family. The teens were driving so fast the police cars couldn't even keep up with them, so they needed a Florida Highway Patrol trooper to take over. The trooper made intentional contact with the Honda, causing it to decelerate, Highway Patrol said. The trooper used the brake and speed to perform a pit maneuver on the fleeing Honda to stop the threat. The Honda subsequently rolled over before making contact with the cement pole. It's the point I was like, holy crap. 2 of the teens, this is 14 to 16-year-olds, 2 of the teens had ankle monitors and 3 had active warrants. Good Lord. Like, that is mind-boggling. Let's look at the photo here. Yep. It's absolutely cranked right around that tree. And yeah, of course they used a photo of this dude when he was like, at a high school event. I mean, this was like one of the few times where he was actually still in high school. Most of the time it's like 30-year-old gets killed and they use like high school graduation photo. Okay, let's see what this chick had to say in the post there.
We are confirming that 4 Newberry High School students are dead after a crash during a high-speed chase. Bradford County Sheriff's deputies say last week a car was stolen in Gainesville and the theft was possibly connected to the homicide case. The stolen car was later involved in a high-speed chase that started in Bradford County and ended in Alachua County. A state trooper used a ramming technique and the car rolled over and hit a pole.
Skimara said pit should not be illegal though. Puts too many people in danger. I think it depends on the scenario. Like, it also makes me laugh that like he stated, and I read it up because I read up on a couple articles before I got in this. This is like one of the few times I actually did some research before. Is that they actually had to call in the Florida State Highway Patrol because some of the cop cars were set like on a governor thing, so they wouldn't even like accelerate to actually keep up with this car, which is like a whole nother level of like, what? Like, you hire people in your state that have like authority to carry a gun and you won't like trust them to drive faster even though they have to take training on that shit? Seems strange. Maybe you should reevaluate. Eric says, weren't they all wearing ankle monitors? 2 out of 3, my friend. Hold on, we'll get to the end of this one.
There were 4 young teens in the car between the ages of 14 and 16. 2 of the teens died at the scene. The other 2 were taken to the hospital. Newberry Mayor Jordan Marlowe confirms the 2 who were taken to the hospital have since died. Of the 4 teens in the car, 2 had on an ankle monitor, 3 had active warrants.
2 had ankle monitors, 3 had active warrants. And the other one, I guess, was a high school sports star. Samora said, I'm sorry, it should be illegal. My bad. I also don't know what, like, the other, like, what do you do from, I get that it's dangerous. On the flip side, like, is letting someone just drive 110 miles an hour recklessly through wherever? I guess, is that not as equally as dangerous as to pit them? Like, I guess now in a lot of places they got like the grappler thing, and that's pretty cool. For those who haven't seen it, it's like a thing that's mounted on the front of the police car, and they drop it out, and it like hooks up the back wheel and just locks it up. I also don't know if that's like an effective thing. But I also like, I don't know, man. That should be illegal. Yeah, but I mean, to begin with, like running from the cops is illegal. I'm like, where do you? There should be a point where you're just like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna deal with the consequences of the shit I did, which like a lot more people should accept, and just like comply and fight them in court. You'll make more money and not die that way. Just saying, like the outcome is much better when you fight the cops in court as opposed to trying to deal with them on the street where you usually just get popped. I did see a video earlier that made me chuckle about that. Okay, we covered the New York DA. Oh, of course we got MSNBC. Could have just easily hit a mom with her kids coming home from the store if the stop was. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I would never run from the cops, but I'm also like a responsible adult who carries wands on him all the time. What if you're riding with a dumbass and he flees? Guess you better get friends or new. I mean, if one of my friends decided to flee, dude, it would probably be a fight in the car. Like, I mean, like, yo, dude, like, I've worked too hard on this life to either lose it because you're a dumbass behind the wheel or because these cops are going to shoot us when we get pulled over. Like, Skimora, I understand your apprehension, but should you be riding with somebody if you're like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm also not a moral authority, dude. I'm a drunk magician. I'm borderline a piece of crap when it comes to these things. Uh, uh, I was gonna figure out what to pull up while I'm dipping out again. I guess Sunday fun day because it's you know, it relates at this time of year. We're getting back in the lawn care season. I'll be right back. But enjoy this while I'm gone. I think we all know why we're all here. It's the weekend yard work. The weekend is here, let the good times roll. Smash stash, do you prefer a bong or bowl? This is for all the good times that did lighter stole. Dirty gas ruined a good old weekend mow. Sunday fun day, let's get balls deep in the yard. Trim first, mow second, there's me chilling at the bar. And by bar means sitting on the tailgate of my car while I'm loading the Milo. Picked up at the lumber yard. Really need a beer after smoking these green stripes. Run east and west like a John Wayne scene. Tight cut fairway that make your feet fiend. The green fucking monster of your neighbor's dreams. So yeah, it's a bit of a flex, but I dominate the block. Stripes so sharp, the neighbors will be calling the cops. Like he mows too much, I think he's lost the plot. But I'm staying real as fucking that will not stop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Maybe not real hip hop, way beyond rotary. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Maybe not real hip hop, but way beyond rotary. Maybe not real hip hop, but way beyond rotary. You're mowing in circles while I'm running trigonometry. You're classically beat, got shit weeds under your feet. Don't make me flex my turf tight. All lead KBG, my lawn and I are chilling on our stress blend. I want the lawn of a millionaire, and you should probably phone a friend. Never dreamed a bunch of adults to be so easy to offend. Proud the high school girl and a bunch of middle-aged men. You know that heat is sizzling, smoking in the backdrop. I'm done raging against the machine. I went and got a dad bod. I'm just a mowing lawn, smoking briskets and pot. Just like any modern rapper, Lord Night was my crack rock. Got baggies everywhere like shed was the dope spot. You know, on second thought, it kinda is the dope spot. It's where I spark it up before I lose the plot. And on the block where I'm staying real as fuck and will not stop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Maybe not real hip hop, way beyond rotary. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. Maybe not real hip hop, way beyond rotary. Oh, you know who appreciates green lawn almost as much as I do? My boy, Hickory. Molasses, thank you for letting me be here, but it's funny to talk about reels, cause I'm fake as most born. One late wasted night, an intoxicated illusions born. Not so much born as I was testing form. Ancient spells were cast and incantations sworn. It might have been the shots, but he worked hard to get his feet under him. Slowing down like he was raised up a good old southern kid. He never saw Bermuda or Zazatia in the thick of it. And when he finally did, he said, shit, I'm gonna move to Florida, kid. He was a northern boy who couldn't take the humidity or heat. And he wasn't willing to put a toe tag on his KBG. He was still thinking he might be able to make Vermont home of the free, cause it was home of the brave back in 2003, where you shovel for cardio and you got a short summer to raise pot, and you gotta plan the attack on the yard like it was a fed plot. You'll end up with the lawn where the music video gets shot. It's where I'm staying real as fuck and I will not stop. Real hip hop. Real hip The mic was off. Tomorrow, so that's why I always drive. Yeah, me too, brother. Because I don't really trust other people enough to. It's either the wife or I, generally, because I don't necessarily trust other people enough. You're always carrying one thing or another, whether it be state sanctioned or cool. B. Hendrickson mowing and flowing. That's right. In the might give you guys a quick preview in a second, although I probably did last week. Is the EP coming out by MC Molasses soon in May? Yeah, probably be like May 20 something. I don't know. I don't know the official date, but yeah, Make Lawns Great Again EP will be coming out. I'm just waiting on a couple of sendbacks from other artists that are going to be featured on that. Skamora, a cool deal. Skamora, thank you for being here, brother. I do appreciate you. Saw that one. Oh, this one is interesting. And who knows how true this is. But the Federalist says the federal agency had pallets of documents sent to the Mar-a-Lago 1 year before the DOJ raid. From April 30th, federal agency worked with the Trump transition team to send 2 pallets of document boxes relating to former president's presidency to his Mar-a-Lago home 1 year before special counsel Jack Smith, who never got sworn in as special counsel, then raided the residence to look for the classified documents. Skamora said police pit maneuvered a tractor. Oh, that would be fun to watch. I've also seen, I saw a video of them, like, it wasn't a pit maneuver, but they were trying to stop. And, like, I'm not trying to downplay any of the seriousness of, like, the pit maneuver is fucking scary. Like, overall, for anyone who's ever been in a car, like, it's scary, don't get me wrong, but so is, like, running from the cops at 111 miles an hour. But it was cops from Pennsylvania who had to stop a guy who was so drunk he fell asleep while driving. Driving I don't even know what they call it, like a horse, and it wasn't a chariot. A horse and buggy, but it wasn't a buggy. It was just like, it was like the truck version of a buggy. Like the buggy, I imagine, has like the thing on the back that like encloses it. This was just like a flat back buggy, like the truck version. And it was a guy, like they rolled down their window and yelled at him a couple times, and he still didn't wake up because he was just drunk, passed out. And the horse was like, "Dude, I know this route. Like I'm just getting this guy home, bro." And the cops were like, "Yeah, we can't be having that." So like they drove up and like kind of like made the horse stop. But another very interesting thing. I'm also sure the police, if they pit maneuvered a tractor, wish they would have been able to do that with a killdozer. Just saying. That one of a thing. But yeah, back to this. A federal agency worked with the Trump transition team to send 2 pallets of document boxes relating to former presidency. Smith indicted Trump in June of 2023 for allegedly mishandling classified documents 1 year after armed federal agents raided the Mar-a-Lago and searched for such documents. And then they found Joe Biden had done the same with such documents and said, "Hey, he's just too old." General Service Administration was in talks with Trump's team both during and after his term regarding pallets of items from the president's tenure. GSA informed Trump's transition team that there were 6 ballots that needed to be transferred from Virginia to Florida. Of the 6 ballots, 2 were designated to be sent to the Mar-a-Lago and 4 to West Palm Beach storage unit, according to emails. The 2 ballots to be delivered to the Mar-a-Lago from Arlington, Virginia facility contained document boxes, according to an email previewing the shipment charges. "I understand why that we are ready to ship," read an email August 26, 2021 by Kathy Geisler, the director of the Office of Portfolio Management and Real Estate's Program Execution Division. that included Trump aide Bo Harrison as a recipient. I know that originally we had 3 pallets going to the storage unit. Now it's 4 pallets going to the storage unit. 2 pallets go to the Mar-a-Lago. A July 2021 letter from Harrison stated that items to be shipped from Arlington, Virginia to Palm Beach, Florida were required to wind down the office of the former president or are items that are property of the federal government. It is unclear how long the pallets sat in Virginia facility or who had access to them. An FBI agent said during a witness interview the GSA was in possession of 6 pallets and that the office contacted the Office of 45 to inform them that, they have to go, according to a screenshot of the transcript posted by independent journalist Julie Kelly. Someone has to pick them up or they have to be shipped or something to that effect. The National Archive Administration was also involved in the transition, but by June 2021, NARA archivist David Ferrario had become frustrated by the pace of good faith efforts by Trump's team to address NARA's concerns, filling a screenshot posted by Kelly shows. The Federalist said NARA, whether the pallets shipped by CSA included the documents that were later confiscated by Smith Steve during their raid of the Mar-a-Lago, and NARA's media staff responded that the agency had no awareness about the contents of the materials in the pallets, had no involvement in the MOVE project that is referenced in the GSA emails. NARA was harassing Trump through 2021 for what they insisted were government records, apparently without contacting GSA, searched dozens of the boxes in their possession, Kelly observed. President Joe Biden, whose Justice Department is carrying out this and another political prosecution of Trump, escaped indictment for its own classified documents scandal after special counsel determined it would be a hard to convince jury the aging president committed a serious felony that requires a mental state of willingness. Fascinating times we do live in. Absolutely incredible. Okay, we covered that one. That one. This one is quick, but I thought it was funny. Why Trump's rhetoric about paid agitators sounds so familiar, from Stephen Brown, MSNBC, because, who doesn't love propaganda? Conditions at Columbia University took a turn overnight as officials called in the NYPD, which began arresting those protesting the Israel-Hamas war. As events unfolded, Donald Trump apparently thought it'd be a good idea to call it in Sean Hannity's Fox News program and share an accusation. Former President Trump made unfounded claims Tuesday that pro-Palestine protests at Columbia University contained paid agitators. As nationwide college campus protests escalate, Trump claimed in a Fox News interview with Sean Hannity during the police operation, many of the protesters did not believe what they were protesting for. Fascinating. As if you just go, Obama used a tractor-trailer truck to send his docs to his library. I don't think they showed up. Fact checked is false, though, right? Of course, because it would be like Trump performed a backflip on Saturday. It'd be like, false. Trump did not perform a backflip while holding a double chocolate chip ice cream candy cone in his hand on Sunday. While he did perform a double backflip on Saturday, he blah 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 did not perform one on Sunday with the double chocolate chip ice cream cone in his hand. So yeah, that was what's going on. So they're like, oh my God, Trump calling out paid agitators, and then forgot to look like, oh, Mayor Eric Adams blames outside agitators for problems at Columbia protests as students dig in. I mean, like, you wouldn't have to pay people to come in from the outside. That's totally an irreasonable stretch, right? Large-scale pro-Palestine protests at Columbia University enter their 6th-day Tuesday. Hundreds of students camping out with the police watching over them from outside the campus gates. New York Mayor Eric Adams said the protests have been mostly peaceful, blaming outside agitators for causing problems with the authorities. Yeah, just one of those you know, like let's mince words and, you know, make sure that like Orange Man bad, because it couldn't possibly be somebody that like was paid to be there. It's somebody from the outside. That's like, yeah, no, yeah, I would totally fly halfway across the country to protest for shit that I didn't care about. You know, for not money. That's something a normal human being would do. This one was a weird one. I won't spend much time on it, but yeah. From the Daily Caller, OnlyFans performer Farah Khalididi said she was blackpilled after making political propaganda ads for the Biden admin. Internet personality and OnlyFans performer Farah Khalididi stated during a podcast that she was blackpilled after making political propaganda ads on TikTok for the Biden admin. Khalididi and other ex-Muslim OnlyFans performer Jasmine Jafar joined political science researcher and commentator Richard Hinian on his podcast to discuss her introduction to making money online through TikTok. In a clip of the podcast posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, and Hinian began by asking Khalididi if she began making money on TikTok and OnlyFans while she was still in school. And she basically went on to say, hey, they reached out to me. It was through a third-party project. And yeah, I feel dirty now. Even though she should have felt dirty to begin with. Soros' deep pockets. Yeah, that's a thing. That is very much a thing. And the last one I got is just a ridiculousness display on the U.S. government, U.S. media apparatus, and how they're willing to call anything far right. Here we go. Because apparently lifting weights, my friends, is far right. Staying in shape is far right. Lots of other things are far right. And finally, trying to have babies. The far right's campaign to explode the population. Muslim and OnlyFans. Don't go together. Yeah, much like LGBTQ people promoting Muslim values at college campuses. Yeah, they don't go together, but none of these people seem to get it. Like, I would totally stand up for people who would stone me to death in public. That's like me like trying to reach out to the Muslim population, being like, yeah, I'm a drunk magician. I make magic happen and I'm fucking hammered most of the time. And they'd be like, oh, we no believe in magic and we no believe in alcohol. And she's like, you know, maybe that's not my thing. But here we are. Interesting times, my friends. Interesting time. The far right's campaign to explode the population. Behind the scenes at the first natal conference, where a motley alliance is throwing out the idea of winning converts to their cause and trying to make their own instead. The threat, we are told here this weekend, is existential, biological, epoch-defining. Economies will fail, civilizations will fail, and it'll happen because people aren't having enough babies, which, like, is 100% true, because that's how, like, the world works. If we're not growing, we're shrinking. And shrinking is called recession, my friends. And ultimately depression, and it's not good. The entire global financial system, the value of your money and every asset you might buy with money is defined by leverage, which means its value depends on growth. Kevin Dolan, a 37-year-old father of 6 from Virginia, tells the crowd that is gathered to hear him speak. Every country in the developed world and most countries in the developing world face long-term population decline at a level that makes growth impossible to maintain, Dolan said, which means we are sitting on a bubble of all bubbles. Like, he's not wrong. You might be popular in Qatar. Welcome to Qatar National Airport. I feel like that's a line from Basketball. Don't cancel me. Although Qatar, I felt like I feel like depending on the context, I definitely pronunciate that differently. Like sometimes it's Qatar, and sometimes it's Qatar, like the Turkey Qatar pipeline. Anyways, Yeah, clearly too in love with his mistress to actually deal with what's going on. Let's hop over to a couple clips of the we're working on for the May EP. Oh, I shouldn't have I didn't mean to share that part publicly while I was searching it, but here we go. Megalon's great again. Yeah, this will be the title track from the EP coming out. We'll play just a short clip.
Megalon's great again. 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 Lasses in this motherfucker making lawns great again. Think about them gray stripes so you can fuck off them. I do my dance, spread my seed. I'm out here Duke of shame, man. Praying for that title reign. You know my block can hang 10. Hanging out with fake friends, just getting fucked by stray men. Been this bitch a minute too. Way before they them. Had a long chat with my lungs. Turns out she's green, she and her. So grab my pulse, reach by the pussy. Push him over, so make the pussy purr. Make lawns great again. 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 Make lawns great again.
Yeah, that one's going. FAFO, it's going. Let's get in there.
The last is back. Now to share a tale. An old tale.
Finally happened.
Maybe it's the one this time. Let's find out. Bunch of bitches wanna run mouth. That shit they know nothing about. That shit don't fly in my town. Come around, fuck around and find out. Ain't no fucking around in my plan. Ain't no fucking around in my land. Been working this yard so damn hard. The top layer is golf course sand. Bluegrass won't take these stripes. This redneck won't take no shit. This American flag symbolize my rights. Your flag just symbolize your grip. Then aerated in water and overseas. Keep all stripes perfect. No slugs breathing. I spray for ticks without need. I can turn up the filter like bluegrass bleeds. I'm sick of being told to shut up. Motherfucker, I won't sit down. I won't take a knee for a bunch of cucks. You're about to find out happens. You fuck around. Bunch of bitches wanna run mouth.
Nice. Oh, beheaders coming. Hands yellow, heart red. Mow down like that button. Hands yellow, heart red. I assume on YouTube that looks like emojis. Mow down that like button. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. On StreamYard, it just comes through looking funny. Where are the other ones? Oh, this one that was going to be originally called Daytime. It's called Keep It Green.
One of those days where you got some shit to get up off your chest. You just need to get it up off your chest.
But I like
I
electric
feel like that's a big
lawnmowers,
problem we
dude.
got
I
right
run
now.
one.
We got a bunch of bitches who ain't willing to say
I love my
shit.
DeWalt electric. You
Fuck
do
all
a diss
y'all.
track on gas mower.
Lie, don't keep it clean, I keep it green. My front fucking yard is my fucking scene. I'm the rap that stinks like Malorian night. No dandelions in the yard, I jar my weed. I smoke that green, I grow that green. Press drive so hard that they grow up mean. Lungs full of dope as THC in a yard full of thickest KBG. The greenest rapper says Afro Man is out here to brag about his fucking lawn. Can't lead down the side or details of the indica that I've been on. It's only been a few confusing months since I've been off the track. And I'm back here with some spicy leave and a bed dabs. Take long care back. You don't even care. Crush my long care. Just know that I'm laying out stripes. I don't crush my bong or my songs. I got laying the strips and heads on pikes. You're fucking with the dude out here. When people seem to disappear. Only got a pound and an eighth of an acre. I'm only spitting when I'm trying to don't keep it clean. I keep it green. My front fucking yard is my fucking scene. I'm the rap that stinks like Malorian night. No dandelions in the yard. I jar my weed.
Yeah, so I'm waiting on a verse back from someone on that one. Faithful and Megalon Scratigan are almost done. I got to work on the third verses for those. Just worked on the seasons. That one's not coming along too fastly. Law and Ranger is going to be on that one. We're going to go 5-song EP. It's just the instrumental. That's what it's all about, brother. Thumping. And the bass does live up there on the
Saddle up, man, let's ride a donkey and tell you about the shit that I've been on back when I was a kid. I did so much wrong, can't believe I'm a dude rapping about it.
Oh, this is a scratch track working on vocals. This is a scratch track working on vocals too. Is this season's? This is an older one.
Like, oh my god.
But I
Like,
really
I totally love living in
As
Vermont.
far as
Like,
the bass goes,
it's got like all
what
the
hip noise.
seasons. It's not just summer and winter and fall, but it's like stick
That's a
season and mud
scratch track,
season
so
too,
don't
and
judge.
foliage. Laying down some Lorganite, you know I got my spread just right, spreading it harder than old ho. Never mind, takes a giant pair of balls to fucking finally welcome fall. So I'm about to call on Wick just up one more time. Emperor's here, don't you fear? The paint's done red and then painted green. I'm the sweet on skunk, drunk smell of punk. Now the rhymes of don't need a team. What you gonna see delay? Think you should probably walk away. Come up, step up, gelato, bitch. What the fuck you gonna say? In spring, I take that shit. In fall, I aerate it. In summer, it's kinda magic. In winter, I kinda hate it. In spring, I take that shit. In fall, I aerate it. In summer, it's kinda magic. In winter, I kinda hate it. In spring, I take that shit. In fall, I aerate it. In summer, it's kinda magic. In winter, I kinda hate it. In spring, I take that shit. In fall, I aerate it. In summer, it's kinda magic.
yeah, thumps. The thumps. This one is one I'm working on with a fellow thumper. It's a buddy of mine named RJ who works in a band called the Freeze Brothers, and I did a show with him back in February where I hosted, and it was like 3 bands and a sword display. It was fucking awesome. But I was like, dude, you know it'd be dope if I produced a beat and then like a drum beat. You figure out draw a bass to it, and then I'll record the rest. I'll send it to a couple friends or lay down verses. That's where that's at. Anyways, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna play ourselves out with one. Not really. I'm just gonna go with the credits. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for all the new subscribers that have hopped on the channel. I've done a couple reactions lately that did well. The Sticky Sweethearts. I glued my balls to my hole again. And also the Hunter Got High video. Thank any of you for who joined on because of that. And that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys. Of course, I am HickoryTDAU. Signing out for TDAU Live. This has been episode 24. It's complicated. I'm not just talking about my affair. Until next time, Drunk Magician out. Cheers.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself.